Hi, can you all see me? Can you all hear me? That's always going to be a solid start, isn't it? Let's try and get, so I'm actually in the picture. Good evening, how are we doing? Welcome to Sunday. I love Sunday. Sunday's a race. Let's turn this light up so you can actually see me. There we go. Loads better. And Mr. McAfee is on time. Good evening. Hello, welcome. Andy McAfee's on time, so it is going to be a solid night. Loving it. So, how are we doing, guys? Are we all right? Look at that. What is going on there? That is an hairdo. Lockdown. What can we say? We'll just give it a couple of minutes, let everyone join in that's joining in. You will notice a couple of differences tonight. I'm actually sat on a chair for once because my arse just gets sore. And you'll see in the background this lovely, good-looking chap. He's going to be a feature. Showing you guys out there just exactly what I do when I'm harping on about my YouTube channel. And then there's a Milwaukee bag there because I can. Because it's nice. I like Milwaukee Tools Race. So there should be some interesting questions coming tonight. There's been a few people messaging me throughout the week to ask me stuff, and I thought, it's a banging question, so let's bring it to the live. So hopefully they come tonight and ask the question. So evening, everyone. Milwaukee, that's fair enough. We can call it an added Lidl's centre aisle setup. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Barrington. And now you know as much as I do. Me and my son have been working quite hard on this little setup that we've got today to make it actually happen, because it was only kind of an idea sort of last night. So to make it happen in a day, particularly a Sunday, it's been some work, but here we are. I'm in the background showing what I do, and I'm also got tool bags and bits and bobs. So I did do a review earlier. For all you guys out there that are new to the channel, I did show these last week, but I actually finally got round to doing the review. And then I uploaded it, and then there was a problem. I spotted a mistake, if you like, on the video. So it took ages to upload it. So I've had to delete it, edit it, re-upload it. And just before I come live now was when it uploaded finally. So that will potentially, maybe probably sort of go live tonight, depending on what the crack is after the live. So yeah, welcome everyone. We're on there. I'll try not to put my fingers, just getting comments across the top of the screen. Mike Barrington, will you star in another video? Of course he will. And then when we actually get a chance to go to Wales, we'll both be on camera at the same time. So hopefully we can make that happen. Hopefully. We'll do our best. To make that happen. There's a few people that want to join me on camera, which is a fantastic situation to be in, and I do enjoy it, obviously. And yeah, so in the coming weeks, and it is the first he's heard it's happened, because I've not actually told him. I'm just going to snake up on him to Wales and probably jump on his bus and be an arse with a camera, technically. So that's probably going to happen, to be fair, because that is the type of person that I am. So he won't know about it. I'll just appear, and it'll be good. It'll be good to get a reaction. So stay tuned for that one. When I've got some time off work in the coming weeks, months, days, years, whatever. So good evening, everyone. If you're just arriving for the first time, this is a live session that I run every Sunday, 7 o'clock UK time, for all our overseas characters. And basically what I do, I'm a technician, Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat, Audi. I sit here and talk to you lovely people and I answer your questions. If you've got any car related questions, anything you're not sure of, anything you want to know about working in a dealership, for all you aspiring apprentices out there and maybe a technician looking to join the dealership network, I answer all them questions as well. Tools, detailing, anything you like. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy. And hopefully you guys out there enjoy it as well. Now, if you've not been before, you will see the setup has changed, which I'm quite glad about. To be fair, because it beats sitting on the floor. And you've got exactly what I do in the background. So hopefully that's going to bring sort of everything together, really. Make these lives sort of count towards, I don't know, you seeing what I do rather than me just telling you. It's physically there in the background. Starring a few cars that you may have seen on the Instagram, the TikTok, whatever. Like the one that you can see now. That's my Octavia. So it does exist. And it gets polished massively. So there you go. It is in the background being polished. Andy, when I have to fix my car, I'll do another one. Recently did one with a pay and display ticket making its way into the blower. Yeah, that's correct. If you want to go onto the YouTube channel and have a look for a blower motor noise, that is Mike himself on the camera. I think I nip in at the start of it just to introduce Mike, and then it's all downhill from there. Oh, you can have that one. I'm not. No, Mr. Miller. I wish. No, unfortunately, I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. But should they be on this live, or should they see this live, that could definitely be a thing. I do enjoy Milwaukee tools. My toolbox is full of them. By full of them, I mean I've got two, because they're just expensive. But they're bloody good. Bloody good for what they do. And yeah, fantastic. So if any of you guys out there do work in a workshop and are looking for tools to try, as much as I do like Snap-on, there are other alternatives out there that aren't going to need a mortgage or losing a limb to buy. So I definitely recommend Milwaukee. That box there, or that bag there, had the 3/8 ratchet in there. So that 3/8 electric ratchet. It's only a 12-volt, 2-amp job. Absolutely perfect what I use it for. I did a cam belt a lot quicker the other day than I have done with manual ratchets, purely based on the fact I don't always have the swinging room. But electric ratchet, bang a trigger down, jobs are good. And so that's what I do. I can show you guys out there. So instead of you wasting money on tools that may or may not be any good, I'll try and tell you if I've used them and help you that way. PB, I would love to see a VW Tech solve a P164D on a new Gen 3 engine. I've seen them throwing cams, bridge plates, oil pump sensors at them and never solving them. What's the code off the top of my head, buddy? I genuinely can't remember the code. I may have seen it before. Let me know if you could decipher that, and I'll let you know if I've seen it before. Are you a tech yourself, or are you just an owner of a Gen 3? Let me know, mate. Let me know. Bus driver talk. This is definitely. Why not? If they enjoy it, it's absolutely fine. So, how are we doing, guys? Whatever time it is in whatever country you're in. It is Sunday here, a little past 7 o'clock at night, and here we are talking cars, talking detailing, you name it. We're talking. It does always take a couple of minutes for people to filter in. I don't know why, but we are streaming across 3 different platforms tonight. So sometimes it does take a couple of minutes for the reminders to go out and let people know where we are, who we are, and what we do. So hopefully we'll see a few people. Best bit is that hoodie that's starring there is actually there. So it's a very comfy hoodie and I do enjoy wearing it. So yeah, feel free to chuck us your questions, chuck us your comments. There will be a new video, like I said earlier, going on to the YouTube channel, which is a review on them. So a detailing company called On Its Arse. I did show them last week as well. I finally got around to doing the review for them. So hopefully that is uploaded now, so I can just tweak it a little bit and then get it up there for you guys to have a watch. So can't wait for that. It's been a while since I've actually managed to get a video out because just no time. Sometimes it gets really busy, and if I've been on a course like I have through work, it just puts everything back just that little bit further, which is a bit of a nightmare. But what can you do? Really good, that. I'm really impressed with that. The idea came from Darren at Detailing Hairy Housewife, or Detailed by Hairy Housewife. He is the Hairy Housewife, and this idea came from himself. He's got the little setup, the same with the TV behind him, and yeah, so I've borrowed his idea, but he does know. So it's all right. Mike's had a preview of the On Its Arse review, and it's worth a watch. So thank you very much, Mike. He does get to see early release, shall we say, and he can, he can scrutinise and tell me if there's bits wrong or there's issues or whatnot like that. So he has early preview, and he gets to do that. Does this mean a Jetta is a nutties? What does that mean, buddy? There's no. Yes, Cosmin. Good evening, buddy. Nice to see you here. This desk is solely down to you, as you did find it for me. So, thank you very much, mate. I did pick it up today. It was a bit of a faff getting in the back of the Octavia. So, yeah. Thank you, mate. Here it is. Just below. I would show you, but everything's set up perfectly so I can see things. So, yeah. PB, P164D is relating to low oil pressure. Yes, I'm a Master Guild Audi tech, 34 years Audi experience. These days, if a tech can't tell me exactly how he'd resolve a P164D, which is one of the... There's more coming. Maybe. Alang fire. Talking about the moon. "34 years as an Audi Master Tech. Fair play." I've not seen P164D. Never. I would never tell you how to solve a fault code off the top of my head. So maybe I'm no VAG tech then. I wouldn't go guessing at fault codes. It's not my thing. At least you didn't take on a 2.5 meter desk with an EOS converted with half of it sticking out of the car with -4 degrees outside. That was just how bad it was. They've got no height to them, EOSs, at all. So fair play to you, buddy, for getting that done. Fair play indeed. It is cold at the minute, though, isn't it? I don't even think my heating's on tonight, even though it's freezing. Going, just checking everything, making sure we are tickety boo, which we are. Yeah, back seats on an EOS, no, don't go down. It's a nightmare if you want to try and get in the boot, because the boot locks always fail on EOSs, and it does obviously mess around with the convertible roof as well. Yeah, at least you did it though. You obviously did it to telling me about the story. Do. Steady as she goes tonight, guys. It's hopefully we'll get a few more people popping in. I think I'm fixing a Vauxhall. Yeah, fixing a Vauxhall behind. Squeaky drop links. It's not always Vauxhalls that I'm working on, not at all. But I do have mates that asked me to do a couple of bits on the driveway at home, and as you can see from the video, it's pretty warm out there, nice and sunny. We ain't seen that for a while. Yeah, so we had creaky drop links, which is common because the plastic for the ball joints inside, when they get worn, start to creak against the nylon bushing, and that's what happens. Mr. Barrington, looking forward my Octavia going in for stage 1. So Mr. B is getting his Octavia mapped, which should hopefully bring him some miles per gallon, which is exactly what we want. PB, again, I'm not going to guess at fault codes. But to be honest, off the top of my head, I can't ever say I've seen it. So again, maybe I'm not a VagTech. Your call. I'm not going to sit here resolving fault codes though that I genuinely don't know what it is. Never seen it before. Stage 1, great bang for buck, diesel or petrol. It's got a 1.6 diesel. Octavia Mark II. Facelift, I think it is, isn't it, Mike? Mark II facelift. Cosmic. Get the details from the Octavia tomorrow. We'll let you know how it goes. Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Whatever car you buy, buddy, just make sure it's not a Kia. Yeah. Yeah, some of them cars I was looking at last night would look really good, to be fair. So it's quite hard to sort of help you make a decision there. But hopefully you've made the right one. I don't claim to be a technician, mate. I am one. But you can ask any techie about any fault, and if you're catching them when it's a Sunday evening and they're at home and they've told you 45 times now, I don't know the fault code, so I'm not going to guess. Why would I? Then I guess I know nothing. So, yeah, I don't know what more you want me to say to that. I'm not going to fix a random fault code, but I genuinely don't know what it means. So, sorry, buddy. Mark II facelift. I knew it was. Testing you. Should see 140 to 145. That's good. That's good. Good power, and obviously he's going to keep the economy of a 1.6 as well, which is fantastic. And he's got the boot size of an Hearst, so even better. Even better. Cosmin, you're smashing the Octavia, the black one. There you go. Octavia's all the way, mate. I've got one. Mike's got one. Andy's got one. Andy's is a bright green VRS Estate. Mine's obviously a grey saloon, or hatchback if you like. And Mike's got a hatchback as well. So welcome to the Octavia Club. See, Andy likes PB as well. I've got loads of time for learning new stuff. You're not a techie if you think you know everything. So yeah, teach. You tell me what you'd do with this very famous code that I've never heard of. Cool. Talking to the moon. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. So if you're just joining us for the first time, I'm a techie and Volkswagen. So I sit here on a Sunday night and help you guys out as best I can. So if you've got any questions, whether it's working in a dealership, tools, detailing, fixing cars, let me know. I will most certainly answer them for you if I can. Talking about the... I'm not going to sing to you though. That you don't need to hear, guys. Oh dear. Mr. Barrington, have I got any detailing or mechanical videos coming up? Well, I always try and snap new stuff, so it's kind of what comes in, whatever's booked in. If it's worthy of like you guys out there knowing, then I will definitely make something. I've put a few shorts up, to be fair. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys aren't aware, YouTube do a section where you do videos over a minute long, which is anything really, and then they do a short section, which is basically any video filmed in portrait and under 60 seconds. It will go down as a short, so it's basically like a separate part of YouTube, if you like. And I do them to show little bits and bobs rather than doing the full repair video. And yeah, so I show you fails really, like things that cars come in for, bits hanging off, bits that you're not sure about, different tools, stuff like that. I can keep them to under a minute, to be fair. But I do need to get some chunkier videos, some longer videos. So that's more I think going to come when the weather starts to pick up. I want to do a few more sort of longer jobs out on the driveway, just to bulk it out a bit, show a variety of different talents, if you like, of doing different things. So yeah, hopefully there's some more stuff coming. I've got no reviews lined up. If any of you guys want to see me review any products out there, let me know. I can certainly try and make that happen. I want to do more tools, if anything. Definitely more tools. I like tools. And everyone out there sort of... Tools is like a grey area, really. Not a lot of people see Snap-on actually being used unless you're in the trade and you've got a Snap-on van. For obviously buying your tools, you don't really get to see them reviewed. So I'm hoping, and I've asked our Snap-on dealer if I can film a little bit of his van. So if you guys want to show, if you guys want me to do a little video sort of talking to the Snap-on guy and actually show you a little bit of around his van for you guys out there that haven't actually seen on a Snap-on van, let me know, because I would I can sort that, because he's already said I can, so that's not a problem. What is this coming soon video that Mike has reviewed? No, I've reviewed a video. This one. I said reviewed a video. I've reviewed a product, that one, that was uploaded just before this live started. I've just got to tinker with it a little bit, make the description, the tags and the title, and then I can put it live. So basically, when you upload a video to YouTube, it uploads it in the lowest quality possible. And then if you set it live straight away, so I film in 4K. Everything I film is 4K. And like I say, just to keep the sort of time it takes to upload it down, YouTube will automatically upload in a crap form. So it'll be like really low. And then as it's on their server, they upscale it. So it does take a while once you've uploaded the video for it to actually finally arrive in 4K. So as you can see me now on this, I'm quite clear. On the 4K, it's really pixelated. So, sorry, on the what you upload it as, it's really pixelated. So hopefully, once I'm off the live, it should have had time to upscale. So it would be a lot clearer. And it is with the new setup, as you see behind me. So it's me. With Otis, how would you generate the login to carry out a software update whilst running in offline mode? We don't run in offline mode. Software version managements are always online. With a login, go through mirror server. So we don't do SVM offline for anything. It is Andy. Snap-on dude arriving at work is like an ice cream van. It is, but you can't get a 99 on the Snap-on van. You can get a 999 on the Snap-on van for sure. But yeah, definitely note that. But to be fair, he's sound. Our Snap-on rep's sound, and he's all right. To be fair, he's all right, and he loves a deal. So I'm going to sort that out with him. To be fair. And get a little bit of a day in the life of Adam and show you around his van, because everyone wants to see a Snap-on van. Brand new tools that you know you're never going to buy. People love seeing it. So I will sort that, definitely. Just got some bits popping up at the bottom. Yes, Mike, totally agree with the bits popping up at the bottom. So, what I'm doing? Roll bars. Love it. You can put on a bit of detailing if that's what you want to see. We do the mechanic side of things, but then we oh, gosh, that's not what you want. That's not what you want at all. There we go. So let's try and quickly swap it. There we are. So I've got playlists, as you see, and it literally puts them all in a little playlist for me. So if we go on to cleaning and detailing, and let's put a couple of bits on. So we do like snow foaming, obviously, for any of you guys out there that love car cleaning, as well as the mechanical side of things. It's there. Andy. This isn't an interrogation stream. Rob hasn't got his polygraph all plumbed in. That's Tuesday nights. I agree. I'm not here to be interrogated, guys. I'm here to help. We don't talk anything main dealer on here, like the sort of the Otis parts of things and stuff. It's not for general knowledge. It's for how we fix cars. So you can interrogate me about Otis and bits and bobs like that. It's not for me to say. It's not for me to say. If you want to tell the whole world about Otis and all your years' experience, you go for it. Make your own channel. Make your own lives. Talk to whoever you like about Otis and software version management and offline, and every company or every franchise is going to have a different way of doing things, and every country is also going to have a different way of doing things. So It's hard to just answer questions like that. But Polygraph Tuesday. I love it. I love it. So, guys, what we got planned for this week? Who's doing what? When, where, and how? Honestly, I'm 31 years old. I've been in the job 16 years. So, okay, I'm wet behind the ears. So, I know nothing, obviously. P164D, you can literally throw codes at me all day long. But what I'm going to say here, without genuinely, without biting, shall I say, I'm not asked about what codes you're going to throw at me, what way you do things, what way you don't do things, whether you do things online, whether you don't. I'm not interested at all. So if all you want to do is sit here and interrogate me about things and no one's going to understand apart from you, then wicked. But in the grand scheme of things, if you don't like it, mate, fuck off. Simple as that, buddy. I don't care. I'm not in front of you on an academy or anything like that. I'm not on a test. I'm not under test conditions. I'm here helping people out. And you just seem to want to keep winding me up. So if you don't like it, if I'm wet behind the ears and I know nothing, go to someone that does. Because I'm not interested. Apologies for that, guys. That's not... It shouldn't wind me up, but it does. Because I don't agree with people trying to make me look stupid on a live. I'm not going to go into fault codes. I'm not going to go into diagnosing oil pressure. Do you guys want to hear it? Do you guys care? Do you know what Otis is? It's not for that. There's no point in me going in depth into things that none of you guys have experienced without being in a dealership. So apologies for that. The language was pretty bad. I do apologise. But I'm not wet behind the ears, guys. I've been in the job long enough. But talking fault codes with someone who has literally got that much time on a Sunday night to be doing something like that. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a bit banter. So, sorry, guys. Mr. McAfee, if you have a look around the channel, confirm Rob's level of experience leading without coming across lights for an old broom in the corner of the workshop. Some people just thrive off this. And if that's all he does, then so be it. But it's not for me, guys. Isaac, why you got to crack off the cam pulley and fuel pump pulleys on 2-litre TDI cam belts? Essentially, they're elongated bolts on both. So we're talking common rail engine, right? They're elongated. So you've got your 313s on cam and your 3 splines or triple hexes or triple squares, sorry, on your fuel pump. Now, the reason we undo them is because it's not always easy to get the belt on, particularly on them cars. They're a bit tight. So that movement in the pulley, where it's not actually moving the cam or the fuel pump, it's literally just moving the sprocket on the pulley, gives you that movement to be able to slip the belt on nicely without pulling it at a time, without stressing the belt, without stressing anything else. Just gives you that little bit of room to maneuver it. Now, I have seen people that replace them without undoing them. I'm not one of these people because they can do them. But for me, it's just easier just to wind them 3 bolts out on the cam, wind them out on the fuel pump, problem solved. So that's why we do it, buddy. It just makes it easier, less stressing, less stretching, and less risk of busting something. I've seen someone fit a cam belt with a hammer before. Didn't quite go on the pulley, so he got his hammer out and started smashing it. It went on the pulley eventually, but he did crack the pulley. So yeah, not good. But that's why we do it, buddy. That happens when you go to work for Jaguar. It's called retaliation. yeah. Barrington, on a brighter note, just picked up a bike for Nipper's birthday in February today, then had to walk and have a coffee on the seafront with the family. Mate, the pictures you sent me of you being on the beach, he was obviously loving life as well, were great because we don't get to see a beach around here. I mean, I'm in Lincolnshire, so we're not far off the coast, but yeah, when you've been to all the coasts around here, they're a bit boring. So you tend to want to go further afield, and just to have the time to do that at the minute, and particularly with the weather being naff, just haven't. I can't wait to be getting back to the beaches though, enjoying a bit of warm weather because yeah, it's cold. If you're in England, definitely. I do speak to people across the country, and they are recording. I think -4 was the lowest that someone I know told me about today. So -4. Ooh. Does take a while for the old car to warm up as well. And Mr. McCaffrey, Skeggy. Yes, Skeggy. I was there a couple of weeks ago, to be fair. Actually, we had a little jaunt to Skeg to have a little play in the Mark 8 golf that I took on that course. It was great. Yeah, it was great. The boy loves the arcades. What kid doesn't? Ice cream, bag of donuts, get you sent home again. It's easy as that. Love it. Isaac, no problem, buddy. No problem at all. Any further questions, just fire them away. This is what we do. Anything like that, not a problem. I'm still detailing a Fabia. See, Skodas all day long. Love it. Love it. This was one of the videos. This video was one of the very first car cleaning videos I actually filmed. I had a GoPro on my head, and then I think at the front of the car there is a camera on a tripod. I was trying to get it from different angles, but I didn't realise how much your head moves when you're washing a car, which is weird. But yeah, one of the first ones I ever did. Really enjoyed it, and the colour's quite good for cleaning as well. Andy will know all about this. That colour comes up really well. And you'll see in the background there my great Octavia as well. So that's always a star of the channel, if you like. Back in the day. Don't say it, that was over a year ago, that was. Since I started the channel. Absolute carnage. Safe to say I've learnt so much since doing these videos from other YouTubers. Like Darren, Detailing Area Housewife, and Dave at Epic Car Show. Also Martin at Obsessive Car Cleaning. Oh, sorry, what am I about? OCD channel, Obsessive Car Detailing. So I do speak to a lot of them. I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy learning as well. Every day is a school day, no matter what your profession is. Yeah, every day is a school day, buddy. Your rally green car does self-clean. Yeah, it looks beautiful when you clean your car. How much would I charge to change my timing belt and whatever it needs on the Octavia? I finance it. I want to have it spot on without risking blowing the engine. £11,847.12 plus VAT. And you supply the parts. I'll wait for the response on that one. Good lady wife's in the background now. She's not seen. She's not seen now because I'm not sat in the corner. So she is there. 100%, Mike. 100%. There is a collaboration that's going to happen with Darren, and also Dave. Dave's quite busy at the moment, so we're just trying to pencil that in. At some point, trying to pencil that in. But when when me and Darren actually get to get a weekend off together, that's going to happen as well. So yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. We don't even know what it's going to be about yet. It's probably just going to be random as anything. But my brew tonight is currently being made, so I don't know yet. I think this is the Superhero Dad cup. Andy, I noticed on Skoda UK's website there's no longer fixed price maintenance items listed or contact detail like Cambos or Volkswagen. Yeah, they essentially worked out that, how do I say it? It was a bit too uniform, if that makes sense. So we were charging the same as what London dealers were charging, and obviously everyone knows that depending where you are in the UK, obviously it depends on the price you pay. So everything is now dealer based. So it is the price that the dealer charge for obviously that particular repair. So unfortunately, buddy, they have just done a a countrywide price update, shall we say, as well. So for all you guys that are thinking you're booking your cam belt in for whatever price it was, just double check before you do, because it may have changed. That's a very recent thing as well. Cosmin, the guy from OCD, is crazy in a good way. I imagine him having a garage at that scale. But Tuesday, timing belt, it would be cheaper to learn to do it myself and still change 2 engines. Thanks for the help. I'll ask God to do it. We'll sort it cheaper. Thanks, Beth. I was only winding you up, mate. We'll have to make a weekend of it, buddy. But yeah, they're not too bad to do them. Not too bad at all. Saw someone post on one of the Facebook groups the other day being quoted $790 for a cam belt. What pump? Yeah. I've seen similar. I've seen similar prices. It's terrifying. For want of a better word, it is terrifying. I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out in the world of, are more people going to take them to independence? Are more people going to pay for the obviously the dealer trained experienced technicians, the guarantee you get with buying genuine parts, knowing that they've had all the new nuts, bolts and all that rubbish changed as well? Or are they going to go to the independents for a couple of quid off? And it's an hard one. It's an hard one, because if I was in that situation, obviously not knowing what I know, I had to fix them, then I reckon I would be off to the independents. Just purely based on price. I mean, everyone's obviously looking to save as much as they can, given the current situation with everything rising, really. So it is all about money, really. So it's probably the wrong time to have a price rise. But I presume that the parts price is going to go up as well. So independents may be rising theirs as well. It's an hard one. It's an hard one. And yeah, to be fair, you got yours at an absolute steal at that price. Was yours genuine, buddy? Here's look, Superhero Dad. That's the cup tonight. My spin on it is, obviously working where I work, I see it from both sides. I see obviously the customer has a lot to pay to have a job basically that they don't actually see done, and it doesn't change the way it drives. It doesn't show, nothing's changed. I get it, and to pay 790 quid for something you're not going to see, you're not going to feel, and for all intents and purpose in your head, you're not really going to benefit from either, is nuts. But on the flip side, dealerships do offer certain products that can help a customer out, like breaking the bill down into 3 monthly payments, that kind of thing, interest free as well. So there is ways and means of doing it. I know some people don't like the old finance or splitting a bill up and thinking, oh yeah, the bill's massive, but you are getting the main dealer experience. So you're getting the genuine parts, you're getting the 2 years warranty on them. And you know you're getting them done by a factory trained technician. Now that is not anything against any independents, because there's some cracking independents out there that do an absolute belting job, and sometimes over and above what the dealer do as a standard. So it's difficult to. And the missus has definitely just said she's taking my car. Stay tuned on that one. Love you, bye. Evening, Karl. Nice to see you again, buddy. We had a chat the other day, didn't we? Karl, for all you guys that haven't seen Karl before, he is one of the main men at a local independent to where I work, called Foster and Sims. That is obviously in Lincoln. Foster and Sims are well known for their diagnostic capabilities and general just knowing the shit. So Karl, I've spoken to Karl a handful of times, and he does, obviously, he knows people I work with. The motor trade's really small in Lincoln. A lot of people know a lot of people. So this is why I would never have a pop at an independent, because, like I say, some independents go above and beyond a dealership, 100%. Foster and Sims of Lincoln being one of them. Now, he doesn't just do car repairs, they do car mapping, they do everything. So if you're in Lincoln and you want a remap, I can't point, everything's backwards. If you're in Lincoln and you want a remap, or your car's poorly, take it to Karl at Foster and Sims. Google Foster and Sims, Facebook Foster and Sims, even speak to Karl, or even speak to me, and I can speak to Karl on your behalf. And yeah, anything like that. Obviously, don't be contacting anyone sort of in their own time. Bring work phones and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, contacting people on their own private stuff is not great. Andy, yes, go to main dealers under the fixed price thing. That jumped to 600 quid a few months later. It's painful. It's painful, buddy. On my car service history, it was listed as due at 5 years, and an old owner declined offer of 449 for belt and put. Yeah, why? It is technically due at 5 years, 140,000 miles on the newer style diesel engine, whichever comes first. Again, it's a rubber band. Long and short of it, it's entirely up to you. You either have it done at the right time or you don't, but it is a massive risk if you don't. So it's always worth it. It's always worth getting it done at the right time. You know that the manufacturers have given that time for a reason. They've not gone, oh, do it 140k if you can afford it. They've said do it before 140k or at 140k. It's difficult. There you go. A little bit on Karl, working at Foster and Sims, the independent. He's just said here, comment on the screen. They only fit genuine kits with genuine tools. Again, above and beyond dealership, because they're an independent. Imagine the amount of tools they have for the amount of cars they see. Because they work on every make and model, they must have tools coming out their ears. And I believe I've seen one of the toolboxes that goes across the whole wall when I was an apprentice. And we used to take our taxis to Foster and Sims to have the taxi test done. And I was in there then, and there was a huge toolbox that went across the back wall. That's how long ago it was. I wonder if that's changed. I've not been in since. I'll come to you with the car, and you lead me to Karl for a remap as well. Buddy, if you want a remap from Karl, you are more than welcome. And yeah, I have seen people slap generic maps on cars, and I've seen them cars go bang with generic maps on. And I know from talking to Karl that's not the case. He does not do generic maps at all. They are either for that car or made by himself. So you are in good hands should you want your car mapping. Obviously, I'm going to recommend that because I've seen some of the states of remapping out there, and honestly, you're going to go to someone you trust, and you're going to go to someone with some mega review. So I wouldn't recommend anyone else in Lincoln for mapping other than Karl there. And I know from past experience a couple of cars that he's mapped for friends of mine. Stunning job, and I've driven them after, and yeah, well worth it, buddy. So, should you need a map, anyone in the Lincolnshire area, even if you want to travel, let me know, and I can have a word with Karl for you and see what we can do. Mike, paid 400 quid for my 400 quid for my belt kit, full service and MOT, myself supplying the belt. I'm going to spend 10 years, always a cracking service. You can have free diag as well. Yeah, if you've got a local garage like that and they look after you, then cool. There's no need to change your garage at all. Things might get a bit different when the EV starts mass adoption, but until that point, stick to who we trust. That's all I'm going to say. Stick to who you trust. We no longer do taxis. That's probably not a bad thing. Kieran Wood bought that toolbox. It was huge, wasn't it? From what I remember, it was huge. I used to work at St George's Cars way back. You'll probably know that now because that's where Kieran Taylor owns Taylor's Autos. So that's where I used to work, and we used to bring every taxi to you and then obviously you'd fail it because they were shit, and then we'd fix it apparently. Yeah, taxi test must have been a nightmare. MOTs were a nightmare, but wow, taxi tests are something else. Oh dear, they are something else. Nice little review going on behind me of Dual Auto. I do like to do reviews, to be fair, for detailing companies or tool companies, anything like that. I don't have to be detailing at all. I love it. I pay for the products as well, and yeah, just have fun doing it. People love it. Cosmin, I had a guy in Dagenham, used to have a garage, went there with a BMW to align the bonnet. I had more tools at home than him, and to align the bonnet. I had more tools at home. He realigned the wings even though no one touched them. What do I think? Oh. Again, you've got to give everyone that chance. If you're in a new area or you're using a new garage, they've got to have that chance. Otherwise, how do you trust anyone? So yeah, you've got to a point, trust someone if you're taking your car to them for the first time, but you can quickly make your mind up whether it was a good decision or not, purely based on your experience. So if he obviously felt the need to adjust the wings, so be it. I probably would have attacked that job in a different manner, but everyone's different. We don't all do the things the same way, but as long as we get to the conclusion of the car's fixed or what we're trying to replace has been replaced and broke nothing else in the process, there you go, winner. Not every tech is different. Sorry, everyone, but as long as the result is what you want, then happy days. I agree, Karl. It was. The toolbox was huge, but yeah, it was a long time ago, buddy. That was a hell of a long time ago. Nah, don't feel old. Don't feel old. Experience. We'll put it down to that. You're experienced, not old. Andy, random one. Taxis in Northern Ireland don't get MOT'd. They get PSV'd annually. Well, taxis in England used to have, I think, yeah, it was England, used to have two, essentially, what they call taxi tests every 6 months, which is basically like a really strict MOT, and then an MOT. So I had pretty much 3 thorough checks a year. And then obviously the drivers were meant to do the daily checks to check tyres and brakes and bits and bobs like that they can check themselves. But yeah, it's not a bad thing as long as they're in good nick, getting PSV'd. Cosmin, he did a bit better job than I did with that experience. Not a happy price, was cheap, but there to fix. Cheaper's not always better. There's a couple of sayings in the motor trade for cheap. You buy cheap, buy twice. And cheap labour isn't skilled, and skilled labour isn't cheap. Big sayings I was always taught as a youth, and they've stuck with me forever. That, unfortunately, is the downfall of the motor trade, because you've got everyone trying to undercut everyone else. this is where it gets messy and prices start getting dropped and slashed and bits and bobs like that. So the MOT pricing as well is a bit strange. You can charge up to 50, I think it's 54 quid now. But obviously, charging up to that gives garages free rein to literally charge them at whatever price they want. If they want to charge it 10 quid for an MOT, they can. They can't. It's only recommended you do it at 54 quid. Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum, the motor trade, for any of you guys out there that do work in it. Mike's old man's a taxi driver for Cardiff Council. 2 taxi tests and an MOT. There you go. Yeah, so it's a pretty similar story in Cardiff. It's just Northern Ireland being strange, Andy. Again, they won't let you send aerosol cans from England to Northern Ireland. So, yeah, they like their rules. They like their rules. All vehicle testing in Northern Ireland is carried out at government test centres. So a number plate light out and it's a fail, no free retest. Yeah, see, our taxi tests were carried out at specific stations. It weren't just any MOT station. It was specific stations, and you can have them checked at the council as well. So
it's back in one piece.
My car's back in one piece. Now that is music to my ears. No damaged alloys, nothing like that. So yes. Does that mean no independent garage has to do MOTs and labour in comparison? GB is much lower. No, you don't have to do MOTs. Oh, right, I'm with you. It does mean that no independent garage has to do MOTs and labour in comparison is much lower. Yeah, I get it. Some places are like that, and will only allow the government to do your tests. Not a problem. I think it's a very good revenue stream for garages, particularly in England, to carry out them tests. Obviously, it's not just about the test. If it should it fail on anything, obviously the garage is the best place to offer that repair as well at a good price. So it's a good stream to have. It's less faff. If your car fails its MOT, it can be repaired in the same place rather than failing at a government site and then having to go to a garage, then back to the government site. It swings around about. Swings around about. Finally got a shop in Glasgow to post me 2 cans. I'm glad, and it will change your life, buddy. If you've not used it already, it will change your life. Dan, evening, buddy. You all right? My old place did the taxi tests and things. Yeah, nightmare, innit? Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So, guys, we're pretty much at the end of our Sunday session. See how much I've changed in, what, a year? There's a massive difference there. Massive difference there. So, guys, end of the Sunday session. Thank you very much for your questions. It's been an honour to obviously have you guys here from all walks of life and all parts of the world. Apologise for the little blip in the middle where that Audi technician let his ego get in the way. So, yeah, apologise for that, guys. But thank you very much for coming. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honour. You've been awesome. And I will catch you on the next one next week, Sunday, 7 o'clock. Right here. Have a great week, guys. Take care, and I will see you soon.